Yeah.
Talking of YouTube, what do you think of their local climate on YouTube?
So I just want to add one thing about my channel that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So yes, it's the lens of it is diasporan because that's
Yeah.
who I am, and this is a journey I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
But my channel, what Tafkari Media is about exporting African life, culture, entrepreneurship.
Exporting it abroad?
To abroad, like to the West, to the world, right?
Okay.
And that means for Africans in Africa, Africans in the diaspora, Black people everywhere. You know what I mean? This is relevant for Kenyans. So even things like job searching, yes, I'm going through something, but a Kenyan in Kenya is also going through the same thing. You know what I mean? So these are things that I feel it's not just for diasporans. Like I feel the information, like where it's headed, because my last video I did business ideas that you can start in Kenya from my lens, from a diasporan sort of lens.
You don't put another thing I'll tell you about Kenyans. You don't put out your business ideas.
Well, for me, I don't work with a limited mindset, meaning a minimalist mindset, because I don't believe that if I put my stuff, okay, I'm not saying that I'll put every single thing that I'm doing, but I don't believe in withholding information because I don't want somebody else to get that information.
No, that's not what I'm
crazy.
saying. Yeah, I mean, if you already on track, I'm just saying, like,
just
so you know,
just
so you know how things work here. I'm just letting you know, just so you know.
Okay, so it's something that I'm working on. I shouldn't put it out there.
Yeah, just do it fast, and then you can actually like once it's like you can talk about it once it's.
Yeah. Well, these are not. These are just things like gaps that I noticed.
Oh,
and I was talking about. You know, because I feel like.
And anyway, they're already out there.
They're already out there.
Okay,
I mean, and
please share.
Please
share all these valuable ideas.
Well, you can watch it on my channel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, settle plug. Actually, you don't need to mention that. Let people go watch the top business ideas that you can actually start in Kenya.
Yeah, and so I mean, as I said, entrepreneurship and all that, that's really something big that I want to focus on, and not just in Kenya, in Africa, because even Kenyans, you can go to Rwanda and start something. You can go to Ethiopia and start something. Ghana, whatever. Like there's a lot of stuff that we can do here, and if we look at what the next 10 years are going to look like, there's going to be a lot of movement and activity within Africa. So, and I keep saying, don't limit yourself to your boundaries. You know what I mean? Think outside of it. So so it's going to be really about exploring that. One of my good friends, his name is Moses Mutabaruka. He does. He's the CEO of the African Perspective magazine, and so he has a lot more resources than I do. So he's doing a lot of this work as well. You know, very similar to what I aim to do. Too, so you can go check him out. So that was what I wanted to mention about it. Now about the local scene.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to start a morning routine, perhaps, or makeup tutorial?
By the way, I'm very big into like personal development, like huge. But and I love reading books and all kinds of. So I would really love to. I have a whole brainstorm session of ideas that I want to talk about on my channel. But sometimes I'm like, let
me say this for
But I do feel like. Because I would see this rhetoric of like the Kenyan YouTube market is saturated and stuff, and I was like, absolutely not.
It's not.
People are not a monolith, so there's a lot of different ideas a person can talk about or have, or experiences that a person can have. You know what I mean? Just because I'm into makeup doesn't mean I'm not into books or into something else. And you know what I mean? Like there's just so much that people can talk about, and I think people model. But this is a Kenyan thing I've observed. People model what they see is working, or what they see somebody else doing. So
they're afraid of coming up with original ideas,
right? Like, or maybe it's not afraid, or they just maybe it's the path of least resistance. You know?
Because hey, how will people? Because people are not familiar to this. Like, how will they take it?
You know, and but I mean, being unique pays. You know, being the first at something pays off really well. Like, there's a book, The 21 Laws of Marketing, and that's one of the laws. Like, being first at something or introducing a brand new idea. So it's important for people to challenge themselves. What new? And even if you're doing something that already exists, can you put your different spin on it? Can you do something different with it? You know what I mean? Because we can talk about the same things, but maybe how I approach it or my, the way that I do it is not going to be the same as.
With this makeup frenzy, I don't see any other way it can be spinned around.
But sometimes you're like, man, these makeup videos are getting a lot of views. Maybe I should talk about relocation when I do my contour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
actually, very true. Actually, very true. Yeah.
So, and also, I think the money making aspect of it. So you'll see, what are the brands that are collaborating with these creators? But I think it also stands from a value. Depends on what you want to do. Like for me, I would like to collaborate with brands that are aligned with what I want to talk about, the things that I'm passionate about. You know what I'm saying? So I think also just understand what is it that you want to do.
Yeah.
And or if you're thinking long term, even if you're doing makeup, like what do you want out of that YouTube channel? The YouTube channel should not be a means to its own end. Like you're not just creating this content for nothing. Like, do you have something else? Is it leading you to doing something else?
Something else, yeah. Planning seminars. Do you want to sell merch, books?
Exactly. Yeah.
Anything that you want to do. Are you doing like those little, what do you call them? Like what Pinky is doing. What do you call them? The talks and everything.
Yeah. Like are you a speaker of some kind? There's a lot of stuff that you can do in the space. So I mean, again, I'm in the space. I'm growing. I'm just so that's something I do think a lot about. Like like having sort of a strategy. Because I really had to sit down and think about, okay, what do I want out of this? What's the purpose of me creating these videos? Because I don't want to just sit there and create these videos. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like that's just not.
Even with just the videos that you've done now, like you can be a representative. Like there's a diaspora forum, you're eligible to actually go and speak on it because like you already carved like a lane on that.
Yeah.
While we have so many people at diaspora who like just in and out, but they really don't engage about like they don't have those kind of conversations. Who knows? Like Akon might just reach out to you.
I would love that.
Hey, you just never know. You just never know because it's all about like that whole empowerment thing and just what's happening in Africa, sharing information, just sharing, letting people who know that even though you're overseas, there's still something that you can tap into back in your roots.
Yeah.
And another thing, just on YouTube, have you tried doing collabs with anyone? Like how has the response been? Have you thought of doing it?
Yeah, I love collaboration, which is why I'm really grateful that you asked me to be on here.
Oh yeah.
So that's amazing. So you will be getting some messages about you coming to be on my channel very soon. I'm good. I'm down for that. That's what I do. I told you my networking skills. I don't play around. That's dope.
Just say 7 and I'll be like.
And from what I've seen, he's super punctual. So.
Yep.
Yeah, so I would love to collaborate.
Apart from this, have you tried reaching out to other people or have you?
No. I mean, people that I know, yes, or people that I've met, but not people who are in this space.
No, it's on the space. We're talking about like digging into like what's so hard about sliding in someone's DM and actually.
I think one of the things is because I'm still growing, so I'm like, why would this person even want to like be on my channel, or why would they? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a big part of it.
A lot of people have high numbers, but they're trash. Yeah.
And anyway, if somebody says no, maybe that's not the person you want to have on your
exactly
on your channel.
That's how I'm always thinking. Like if you say no or send me blue ticks or anything, that's actually not what I'm looking for. So I'm like, you know what, this person is good with it.
With enthusiasm, they're excited. You know what I mean?
Like even if you cancel once on me, like I just lose interest because like I have so many other people who are pending. I'm supposed to bring on. I'd rather focus on those people because they really understand and want affiliation to what I'm doing. So I can't be chasing like all these other people who don't want actually to be there.
And I think maybe that's also a thing about the Kenyan influencer, whatever space. It's just, you want any numbers by any means. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
people always, please watch my nini. No. If you want, attract the right people.
Right.
That's when you're selling tickets for something, people can show up. That's when you're selling a book, people can show up. Like when
because
you're trying
really
to
bought in
they really like and connect with what you're doing. So you'd rather like just do that rather than like trying to let me work with this person because they have these numbers. Let me jump into this person, Yeah. The slow and steady climb, you know. So reach out to people. If like you see somebody that don't be afraid of like but I'll tell you, Kenyans will disappoint you. They'll leave you with blue ticks. They won't answer your messages. They'll cancel on you. All those things. But you will get the right people that you actually working or focusing towards that one goal. You'll find the right people. But you definitely, like you said, what did you say? Like the whole thing about disappointment and everything. The phrase that you used. You need to know the thing about butter. The worst taste of what?
I'm already forgetting what I said.
Forgotten. Like it was your quote you used. Like you need to know what you can handle.
Oh, shit sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah. You need
what your flavor of shit sandwich is.
Exactly.
So and some of those things you like. I mean, for me, this has been a constant learning process. Like, from just the relocation, from people. Oh, I'm going to introduce you to this person. Oh, I'm going to, So there's been so many disappointments and many follow-ups, many emails, you know, many, I'm like, yo, can I shadow somebody? Can I, even working for free, you're not even getting somebody to respond
They won't give you that opportunity, trust me. No, it won't work. Nope. I'd be like, nope, not interested. Nope.
They won't even give you the courtesy of responding. That's the crazy part about it. You know, and they at least be courteous enough to be like, hey, thank you for reaching out, but we're not really looking for that right now, or we don't want to, or whatever the case is. But so I've, which is a very big departure from my Canadian experience, you know, because there, even if you reach out to somebody, be like, hey, I'm looking for a networking meeting. Like, can I just have coffee with you and ask you about your industry or something? You know, it'll be, they'll tell you, okay, I can do this or I can't do this. You know,
but they'll give you like clear answers. That's what I'm saying. Like, even for me, like there's some places if I go to, because I know they already have systems in place, I would destroy the place. Because I'm that kind of person. Like I ask. I'm not afraid of the blue ticks or you not responding, but I'll ask you, so that in case something on my side goes off, I already know the people that I can't deal with, because I know the kind of person you are. I know the kind of person you are. And even if I'm trying to like put people together or just like, like have conversations about something, I already know like the kinds of people that I need to call for A, B, C, and D. I know this person, if I call them like I already know. So if I need information about Canada, how to deal with everything, I already know the person I can call. Because if I'm looking for a girlfriend in Canada, I already know who I can ask. Like, what's the best time? What's the best season to go around there and do everything? I already know. I'm just saying like all those little things. But you have to know the people that are reliable to you and can connect with, or just want to connect with you.
I think people who have like aligned values and goals. I think that's where that's where you find the people. You know, but I mean, at the beginning, you're really reaching out, like you're grabbing straws, because you're just trying to find anybody so that you can
have something. Just have something.
You know, because you're starting and you need to build, right? Like you're just so at first, you're grappling at straws, but I do believe that is where, like, as you continue to do that, you will get a sense of the people, your tribe, the people that you want to work with, the community. So I think patience, we're just taking
baby
it
steps. Baby steps.
Take it a day at a time. So.
Okay, so the last question. What's the one thing that you think you're in pursuit right now, and if you got it, it will give you like a sense of direction, happiness, fulfillment? What's that one thing that you think that keeps you like, waking up on bed every day, saying like, what, I'm chasing this because I want to achieve this, and this?
That's a really good question. Because I had to define that for myself very recently, actually. Because as I said,